Hi Kathy, my name's Liz. I'll be your audiologist today. Did you find it okay?
Yes. Well, yes, I did. It's quite a busy place, though.
Yeah, that car park gets full quickly, doesn't it?
Yes, I did have to go round a few times, but luckily someone was pulling out, so that's all good.
That's
Thank you.
Good. So how can I help today?
Well, I'm very busy at the moment, and my family and my husband keep telling me that I'm going deaf, but few people at work have said, is there something wrong? And I've just been brushing it off, but now I'm thinking maybe there is something wrong. It's becoming a daily occurrence where someone says to me,
Okay.
Kathy. So.
And that's probably making situations a lot more stressful for you, is it? If you say at work, people are commenting on you not being able to hear as well, or
yes, it's very stressful at work. It's a very busy environment, and I'm constantly on the phone and being pulled this way and that way into meetings, and I am noticing that sometimes on the telephone I'm finding it very difficult to hear, particularly people with accents and things like that, and then there's a lot of noise, background noise is making it very difficult for me. And at home, the children are yelling at me from one room, calling out. My husband runs his own business, and he's down in the office calling out to me, saying, can't you hear me? So so I just really need to, I think it's affecting everybody's life now, so I'd like to just get it checked out.
Yes, no, I understand that would be very stressful, and especially if you have a lot of people to answer to at home with kids and your husband and at work, it would be something that would be affecting you a lot. And that some of those situations you described are difficult for normal hearing people. So I do feel that you're hearing those situations would be a lot more difficult for you at the moment. So.
Yes, well, I've got, children with commitments at school and school plays and lots of study and things like that. So it's just a really busy time, which I kind of have put off coming to do anything about it because I just don't have a lot of spare time to do it.
Okay.
But it's, as I said, every day someone says to me something about my hearing.
Yeah.
So I think I should get it checked out.
Well, it's good that you're here today. So if we look at this on a visual scale, from 1 being not hearing well at all and finding most situations difficult, all the way to 10 with having no communication difficulties whatsoever, where do you think you place yourself at the moment in those things you've described?
Probably middle,
Okay.
maybe 5.
Do you think about a 5?
Yeah.
So not all the time, but you think a few situations you're finding difficult?
Well, yeah, it's probably becoming more often than not.
More noticed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then if I were to ask you, again, looking at the scale, with 1 not being very important to improve your current hearing situation, and 10 being extremely important to find out what's going on and improve these situations, where would you sit yourself on that scale?
I would say it's fairly important. It's getting to the point that it's fairly important, and obviously if there is something wrong, well then yes, I would say it's extremely important.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I need to.
So we're wanting to move forward and improve the situation.
Yes.
So about a 10. Do you think you're a 10?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Particularly if there is something wrong. Yeah.
Beautiful. And so those situations that you've mentioned, sometimes it's good for us to record this information so that we have something, to refer back to, so that we can look back in a couple months' time to see how you've improved and how your hearing situation is making you feel. So you mentioned that at work was a big issue in work meetings. Are they usually with small groups of people, or?
No, they're usually, well, they can sometimes be with small groups, but they're in big rooms.
Yeah.
And,
it's very difficult, isn't it?
Yeah, very difficult. So,
so sort of at a big board meeting like table, is it?
Yeah, and sometimes, as I said, people with accents and things like that, I find very difficult to catch some of the words that they say. And
yeah. I know it can be frustrating, can't it? Because that's a difficult situation for normal hearing people anyway. So, all right, so that's good. We'll keep that one down. And then also you mentioned children and at home. So not being able to communicate effectively with the children is a big problem we need to fix, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, because they're always in a hurry, or they're always, in another room calling out to me, and
Mhm.
yeah, it's
Okay.
tricky.
No worries. Was there anything else that you feel your hearing is immediately affecting, or they're your two major
They're
situations?
my two main, yeah. I mean,
Mhm.
in the movies and things like that. Sometimes when I'm out to dinner, I find with background noise very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, but as I said, if it's, restaurants are loud and noisy, so
They are.
I've been putting it down to that.
Mhm.
Not that, yeah. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd like to find out.
Mhm. So today, Kathy, what I can do for you is, if you're happy to, we can conduct a hearing test, and so we can find out if there is anything wrong with your hearing, and then from there on, we can discuss possible rehab options to help with your hearing. So we've got things like, if it comes to it, the use of hearing aids and technology-based ideas, or otherwise we have some communication strategies that I can give to you that you can go home and read about and implement with, say, your work colleagues and your family to improve the communication situations, to relieve that stress off you.
Okay.
So,
A hearing aid's big. Like I can't imagine myself wearing a big thing on my ear.
okay, we only have a range of sizes and colours and styles, and they range in price, obviously, as well. But if you're happy to go along with a hearing test today, we can then rebook, or we can look at some hearing aids, or I can give you some information to take home, maybe to start with that step of just using communication strategies effectively, and you can see if they help you in your situations, and then if not, hearing aids may be an option for you.
Is it normal? Is it normal that people lose their
Hearing loss is very common, and especially as we age. So yes, those situations you're describing are extremely common. Background noise is a difficult thing to deal with as it is for normal hearing people. So sight losses, they do become very stressful, anxious situations for people to be in, because yeah, it just becomes that little bit more difficult for you, and people don't understand, and they get frustrated. Why aren't you listening? Why aren't you hearing me? Blah, blah, blah. And they think it's your fault. So it's really good that you've come here today, and hopefully we can find out what's going on and then look at some strategies to improve that. So would you be happy with that?
Absolutely, thank you.
Okay.
Yes.
And so do you have any questions for me?
Well, no, the only thing would be, if I was needing a hearing aid or anything, I'm not, like, I know nothing about them, so I don't know if they're expensive, or, do you have to have them checked every month, or, things like that.
So if that was a path that we were looking at going down for you, we have all that information here. I'd show you this different styles, how they feel in the ear, what they look like, what specific situations you can use them in, how you can use them to your advantage, what they're helping you with, how to maintain them. Everything like that is covered, and we have lots and lots of information to give you on that. So you won't be in the dark at all, and it becomes quite easy to understand if you do choose to use them.
All right. So we just need to see what's going on.
Yeah, we'll do a hearing test now if you're happy to, and then we'll go from there.
Terrific. All right. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.